This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us. Check out IWC, RWA, and more. Click the Fight TV link on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support this show and watch pro wrestling, MMA, boxing, and so much more. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Hungry as fuck, but I ain't starving yet. Chain for the pain, cocktail bar set. Never said I was a gangster or thug, but I'm an animal. Feeding for the taste of the floor.
Hey guys, we're still here in Meadville, Night of the Superstars 6, and the legend is with us, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
The fact that this was a big night for a fundraiser.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, helping Meadville High School here, and a record-breaking crowd. Of course, the Hardys here and everything, and Ricky. And I mean, I think they sold out the meet and greet, which was the first time ever.
I think the last number I heard was over 550.
That sounds, yeah. That sounds about right.
550 people at a meet and greet. Mm-hmm. That is the biggest meet and greet I've ever been involved with, and I've been doing this for 41 years.
And this is a meet and greet that has had Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, like a lot of guys. So that's awesome to see that coming together the way it is here. So
I think it's about the 5th or 6th year for this for IWC to do this fundraiser for the school. Mm-hmm. Great thing. I love getting involved with fundraisers because I look at, number one, you guys doing it is almost like giving back to the community, right? And then you're bringing in the stars that help bring in more people, and then all in all, you look at the community is giving back and what they're doing to helping out and giving back to this high school and middle school, which they support. You know, and then tonight, watching some of the guys, I don't know, were you there earlier today? I had a little class seminar going.
I walked in on a little bit of that.
Okay, so we had a little bit of one-on-one with some of the guys there, and they asked some very intelligent questions, gave them some, hopefully some answers that they will be able to apply and use. But what I did see is that there was a lot of knowledge sitting out there with the company. And I meant by company, is talking about the wrestlers. Well knowledge. And I believe that what they're doing at their school, they're doing everything in the right direction.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, last night, High Stakes, I was there with the camera ringside, and the thought in my head happened when they were talking about your plane was a little late and everything, and they said the plane had landed. I was like, the Dragon has landed, and I heard that you came in, literally did a run-in from the car into the building, into the ring.
Well, what would have been about a 3-hour flight to get me from point A to point B ended up being a 12-hour day. And then by the time I got in the building, it wasn't less than 3 minutes that I was involved in the match. So based on a 12-hour day of getting here, of travel, it all wired down to 3 minutes. I had 3 minutes.
I tell you.
3 minutes to get in the ring. And you talk about timing, but that's our business. That's the luxury of our business, and what a great business.
It's one of those amazing, I've been talking to the promoter here with Justin Plummer, and it's one of those amazing indie wrestling stories where like something connects like that. And I know, I talked to a lot of the crowd afterwards, and it was like the most fun show they've ever seen. It was really great, a really great vibe.
We did a good thing at the end. I know I was supposed to be earlier to do pictures and sign autographs. Because of travel, that didn't happen. So we stayed, I don't know, maybe another half an hour, 45 minutes after the show, in between the guys taking the ring down a little bit at a time. And what we did, we had anybody that wanted to, we got in the ring, we took pictures with me, I put the Hall of Fame ring on, and I don't have it on right now because I just got finished being a guest referee. We had a title change this evening, a new champion, which is good. And that turned out last night to of another way of giving back to the fans, saying thank you for coming out and supporting this company. And God, I don't know, we did another 40 or 50 people of pictures last night.
That's awesome. I saw some of those on social media this morning. It was real great. A lot of people excited. So I was reminded again, seeing you at ringside, seeing you get in there and throwing all the moves in there.
I can still throw a chop or two.
I know. And we were like us on the podcast. We've been like really impressed with like when several years ago you and Jericho, and then you had a couple matches on Raw. Yeah. And what is your secret to be like as Like I feel as a fan, I feel like you could go out there and have a 5-star match anytime.
Yeah, I'm 64. Weighs, and obviously being this age, you're a little slower getting up and down, but I try my best. But my secret, and I run into a lot of the guys that I worked with 30 years ago, and they're asking me what was my secret. Well, I never stop exercising. I never stopped training. It's just a part of me, part of my life. I started doing it as a young kid. But I will tell everybody out there that it has helped this. Now, I've been in over 6,000 matches. I've been body slammed in mostly in every single one of those matches. So how does the bone structure, the muscles, the tendons and everything, and then my cohorts look at me and they say, yeah, you're a freak of nature. And I said, no, I just never stopped exercising, which I've got to attribute, that's got to be 90% of it. I try to eat well. I'm human, so I have one junk day, and that for me is pizza. For Ricky Steamboat, that is pizza. No doubt about it. Pizza, pizza, pizza. But then I get back on my regular routine and I work out and exercise, and that, at the age of 64, that's kept me where I'm at.
We'll have to attach our pizza sponsor with that pizza. Ricky says. But anyways, and again, Hall of Fame just happened last weekend. You did the induction speech for Rick Rude.
Right.
I need to find the match with a cage match that you talked about where he's doing the sit-ups on the top of the cage.
I don't know if that was filmed or, I don't know. It might have been just one of those live events.
Yeah.
That we're out on the road, and he ranks up there with me, and I've worked with the best in the business over the years, and he ranks up there in my top 5 group. It's like my golden circle of guys that I work with: the Ric Flairs, the Randy Savages, the Jake Roberts, the Don Moroccos, and the Rick Rudes. Those guys were so good at what they did. And understand this, fans, that all the names I listed, they all had their own identity. They had their own characters, So for me, it was always a blessing because it seemed like I was in the ring with somebody different, somebody new other than a Randy Savage or a Ric Flair, And then you have the Jake Roberts, the evil one, the demon, and then Ravishing Rick Rude. So, as hard as a lot of wrestlers talk about how do you adapt to working with different guys with different styles, I found out earlier in my career that was the secret. It's not so much letting those guys trying to adapt to my style, which is like, arm drags, and all that kind of stuff, but it was more that I would adapt to their style, which ultimately, at the end of the day, for me, was to have the match of the night with whoever I was in the ring with. Now, I thought it was a great honor to be able to induct Ravishing Rick Rude, have his family there, his wife, his daughter, his son. What a good-looking kid. His son, yeah.
The biggest comment is, when's he starting to train? Because he looks good.
Yeah, he's got a good look, and he's big, And it was a great honor to be able to be asked by the company, would you do that? And I said, without a hesitation, I'd love to. I didn't want to get out there and tell about all of his championship and titles that he, and get into all that in the different, territories and companies that he worked for. I just wanted to just bring it to everybody that was there watching about some of the moments I had with him in the ring. And to me, they were very special. Some of the moments I saw working out in the gym, because we all heard about that. He was a great, like a Minnesota State arm wrestling champion. He took 6th at the Worlds. Now, I'm not just talking about on a national level. This is on a world-class level, and I can.
All those muscles weren't just for show.
No, I can attest to that. The man's strength, because you could feel it in the ring. And I wasn't joking when he laid his arm over the edge of that bench and he's curling 80-pound dumbbells. And I'm not saying he's not struggling. He's doing a dozen of them. I went over there when everybody wasn't looking and tried to get, 1 or 2 up. And here's a guy just repping out a dozen. Well, that just attests, he was almost like a freak of nature when it comes to the hand strength and the forearm strength that he had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much. I know you had a long night here in Meadville. Thank you so much for being a part of the show and chatting with us. Ricky Dragon, the Steamboat, Hall of Famer. Where can people check you out online? You got Twitter and stuff, right?
I got all that, but I try not to get too much involved with it, because I found out how much, in talking with the other guys that do it, how much it can occupy them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So. You don't need to grow the fan base at this point, right? Well, thank you so much. Enjoy your night and have a good one. We want to see who else we're going to find here in the halls back here in Meadville High School. Thanks.
Sick, you know how I act now. If you got a problem, come and see if I'm a back down.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.